Hey friends, how are you today? Welcome back. My name's Kycha, and for the last year, I've been living an intermittent fasting lifestyle, which is not easy. And I do it according to my menstrual cycle. Now yes, the last couple of months over the holidays, I was very loose with the intermittent fasting, which means I basically wasn't for most of the time, but that's in the past, so let's leave that there. We're gonna move on with our lives. Forget about that old stuff. Today is a new day. And today is cycle day 1, and we are fasting. I fasted 18 hours today, and I broke my fast eating beans, vegetables, and scrambled eggs. It was half egg whites, half eggs. That was breakfast with salsa on top. My main focus right now is I am trying to get enough fiber in my daily diet and enough protein in my daily diet. My protein goal is above 90. So really I'm trying to reach for about 100 grams of protein. Most days I'm good for like 90. So 100 is the goal. Fiber, 25 grams is the goal. And since I've added beans to my daily regimen, I've been doing really good to get really close to 25. So most of the time it's like 22, 23, but I mean before I was having like maybe between 8 and 12. So win, right? And honestly, when my doctor told me to up my fiber intake, I didn't really know what to do because, you know, when you're intermittent fasting, you're not eating a lot of meals throughout the day, and I don't eat a lot of snacks, and I'm kind of picky about what I want to eat and how much I want to eat, and you know, I like heartier type meals. So, you know, I realized that I love beans, and we figured out a really fast and easy way to cook them, which is just canning them. So now I have about a cup of beans every single morning. Well, morning, afternoon, whenever it is I'm eating my first meal. I love to have eggs every day for my first meal. I'm an eggs and bacon kind of girl, so mostly it's like eggs and turkey bacon, and then sometimes I'll do my homemade sourdough bread, so I'll have toast. Maybe I'll make like muffins or something like that, and so I'll have muffins instead when I'm eating more bread type carbs. But right now, since it's cycle day 1, we're cutting out the bread carbs, so no more homemade sourdough for a couple of weeks, which I'm gonna miss. But tonight we're having salad for dinner. This is probably my most favorite dinner to go to when I'm intermittent fasting because you can prep all of the ingredients ahead of time and you can eat it for several days afterwards. I got my lettuce cut up. I'm gonna cut some cabbage, carrots, and I'm going to attempt to make my own ranch dressing. I am going to use the Hidden Valley Ranch. I am going to use the Hidden Valley Ranch powder to season it right now because that's quick and easy, but I'm going to use my avocado mayonnaise to make the dressing because we are also on a mission to lower our saturated fats. Let me chop these veggies up real quick. My husband should actually be home any minute. Chicken's cooked. It's just I'm a very basic girl, so I just really like things that are easy and quick. So it's just some cooked chicken, some lettuce, and then whatever veggies or sides I happen to have on hand right now because I haven't really gone to the store for like specific salad toppings. So I have some purple cabbage, I have some carrots, avocado, olives, I've got some nuts, and that's gonna be it for the salad. You know, real basic. And then, ooh, for dessert though, I'm going to make myself a chia pudding with keto granola because, you know, we need a little crunchy sweet. While I'm rambling about this, since we are on our cycle phase where we can fast extra, I'm a little nervous about this, but we're gonna shoot for a 36-hour fast. So wish me luck because I haven't done a 36-hour fast since October. So, I'm a little nervous, but it'll be all right. It's gonna be fine. We'll live. So Justin, he has been doing 1 meal a day for about the last 4 days now. I think today will be day 4 or 5. Not totally sure, but you know, he's really on me. He's ready to do his long one. And if you've seen any of my videos last year, you know he loves to do like 1 weekers, like 7 days. Last year, I think he did like 4 7-day fasts. So he is on a mission with the long fasting. I was trying to get my head wrapped around to do a 3-day one this cycle, and I thought it was going to be the first week, but now I'm like, let's start with 36 hours and see how I feel. Just feeling a little intimidated after coming off the holidays. So this week I'm committing to at least the 1 36-hour fast. Fingers crossed I make it that far. Even he was like, maybe you should just do 24. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie. We're going to film this 36 hours and see how it goes. And if I crack at 24, then I crack at 24. But let's, you know, we're going to put it in the universe, though. Let's say we are doing 36-hour fast. We got this. We've done it before. We know it's hard, especially the first time. For the most part, I've actually really enjoyed the challenge of doing the longer fasts because it helps me prove to myself that I am really capable of doing hard things. And I feel like a lot of the times I always take the easy way out and do the easy thing, and it's, you know, makes me feel good to do something that is hard. So, but let's start with the 36-hour fast today, huh? You guys ready to join me for that? Feel free to do it along with me if you want. But I must warn you, if you are not prepared properly, it will be rough. Like real tough. So over the last week and a half, I have been doing more intermittent fasting. So really between like 16 and, well, more like kind of between 15 and 18 hours. 18's been like my top. I think today's only the second time in the last week and a half that I've done 18 hours. Mostly it's been like 15 to 17. So, and then I think even a couple of days I didn't really fast at all. It was like 12 hours. So, and that yesterday was one of those days. I ate a snack late, like at 8 o'clock, and then I wanted breakfast early, like at 8:30. So it was like, you know, no fasting there. I'm going to kind of suffer a little bit because I didn't eat super low carb all this last week, but I think I'm just going to try to power through. Sometimes with meat particularly, that's just what I have to do to get through it. And then when I come out on the other side, I feel a lot better for it. But, you know, tomorrow might be a rough day, but tomorrow might be an easy day. Who knows? Last time, I think not the last time, but one of the first times I did do this 36-hour fast, it was actually so much easier than I thought it would be. And I just, you know, blew right through it. The weird part, I think, about the whole thing of longer fasts where you're going multiple days like that is you just have the habit of eating. You know, you have your regular breakfast time or lunch time or dinner time or snack time or whatever it is, and we're just creatures of habit. And so that habit time is when it gets hard. So my habit time, not even sure why it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but 3 o'clock in the afternoon is rough. And then if I can't get through that part fairly quickly and easily, it will stay rough for the rest of the night. Maybe have a little electrolytes around that time, or some hot tea, or maybe even a little bit of MCT oil in my hot tea or something, just a little something. And usually that will get me through and I'll be okay. The other part that really helps is that I'm not doing this by myself. If I had to do this alone, I probably would have failed a long time ago. But being that my husband is totally on board with me, and he's actually even better at it than me, like he will do it while I'm eating, even though he does it at work, but he'll do it and I'll eat during the day, and then he'll just keep fasting and fasting and fasting. That's how he gets through those 7 days. Am I just rambling on and on? I gotta get this dinner made. He's probably gonna walk in the door anytime. Haven't seen the doorbell yet, but we will probably hear it when it goes off. Oh, okay, so I shredded the cabbage. Let's do the carrots. Well, here he comes. He is coming in. Well, I was thinking 1 carrot would be enough, but then I have to do this again in a couple of days, huh? 1 carrot's probably enough for tonight. I was gonna put it in a bowl, but I'll use that bowl for the olives. I'm like reducing my dairy intake right now and hoping it helps to reduce some saturated fat intake, because I eat a lot of dairy. I eat a lot of cheese specifically at every single meal. So this month I've slowly kind of tapered back, and then toward now I pretty much haven't been using cheese at all the last probably 4 or 5 days, maybe week. I still have dairy because I still put half and half in my coffee, and I'm going to use a little bit of Greek yogurt in my chia pudding tonight. But overall, I'm not like just dousing my food in handfuls of cheese. So, and I haven't even really missed it, so that's great. Plus for me, avocados can be a little iffy around these parts, so hopefully I waited long enough for this one to ripen, because I'm not totally sure. It's hard to tell. This one's like super lumpy and bumpy. Ooh, actually, yeah, it looks like it's just right. Just before it's gonna go bad, so yeah. The edge looks a little brown around the outside, but that's okay. I'm like having incredible, like, right now my brain is not functioning properly, so forgive me for like forgetting what words are. I can't read anything without them. You ever have that problem? You can't read unless you got your glasses on. Okay. In a bowl, combine all ingredients. Milk and mayonnaise. Okay, so half a cup of milk, half a cup of mayonnaise. Well, I think I can swing that. All right. I think I probably was supposed to make this earlier today. And probably let it, like, you know, meld flavors. So I don't know, maybe I'll let this rest for like 15 or 20 minutes before I eat. Okay, serving size. I usually do about a half a cup, I think, of this. So that's, I always have to do the math because it's 2/3 cup on here. So we could just do about 2/3 cup. We'll just do a little less because I don't want to math right now. I think it's around 125 grams, but that's too much, right? Yeah, that's too much. Okay, maybe we are doing 2/3 cup. Whatever. I don't calorie count anyways, so it's fine. And it gives me more protein, which I'm interested in more protein. And just with tracking protein and fiber grams, I loosely do that, so I just kind of know how much is in a certain amount, and then I loosely will give myself that much. So do it enough on a regular basis when you're eating the same foods, you get to know what the portion size looks like. So I'm not counting calories, not counting carbs, not being keto. I'm really focusing on getting my protein in and getting my fiber in. And if I can meet those two things, then I am doing okay, because if you've ever tried to do that, those two things are really hard to get in. Next, I put in the chia. Oh, actually, next I put in the honey. Forgot about that part. And I just do a little tiny spoonful of that. It's too much. Just enough to kind of sweeten the pot. Like a teaspoon. Hey, baby.
Hey. Want to feel my cold hands on your butt cheeks?
Uh-huh. I'm just kidding. But actually I am hot, so cold hands would be chill. Ooh.
Oh my God.
Why weren't you wearing gloves?
What kind of salad is that?
This is my dessert.
Oh. Oh, you're hooking up
I'm hooking up my chia pudding so it's ready afterwards. I'm going to do a tablespoon of chia seeds. maybe a tablespoon and a half. Some unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Just a third a cup. Let's mix it. And then this will sit in the fridge until I'm done with dinner, and then I can eat it. But only needs to sit in the fridge about 5-10 minutes. Okay, we'll make the salad. Salad. People. It's still really mayonnaise-y.
What is it?
I've made like ranch dressing with the avocado mayonnaise.
Oh.
But I put the other ranch dressing right there if you want to use that one. It tastes kind of funky still because it hasn't really had time to set together.
Tastes like ranch? It's good.
That's what I was going for.
For it
It's
to be
ranch. For it to be ranch. Purple cabbage.
good. I might do quarters. A little bit of yours, a little bit of Catalina, a little bit of sweet Vidalia onion, and a little bit of regular ranch.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's how we're going to do it.
Ooh, it almost looks restaurant style right there. Look at that.
Yep. Now quit fucking around and pile it on there like, like we gonna.
Well, I still got to do meat. I gotta have room for meat.
You haven't even put nothing on yet.
Yes, I have.
Carrot. Oh, you got some cabbage there. Yeah, it does look like a restaurant style.
Do that all around. Just trying to. Little saute. Little peppery. Just a little bit.
Green olives.
I don't want green olives.
Cowboy candy.
So I got the black ones. Couple Brazil nuts on the side. All right, salad's ready. There's the plate. Gonna eat this. Then I'm gonna have my dessert. And then we'll see you tomorrow to let you know how the fasting is going. I'm scared.
It's gonna be great.
That'll be awesome. All right, friends, it is about 1:40 in the afternoon, and so I have been fasted now approximately 18 hours. So we're about halfway done with this 36-hour fast, and I've been okay. So actually I'm okay right now, but it's getting to be that time of day where I'm kind of wanting to like eat. So last night when I went to bed, I had a headache. This morning when I woke up, I had a headache. So that could be for, different reasons. It could just be because I just started my cycle, whatever. Felt pretty good. A little bit groggy this morning when I woke up, but I did good. I mean, because kind of a regular day, right? Like I ate dinner and woke up. So like, I don't know, whatever. So, yeah. So today, been keeping myself busy. I just kind of finished picking up the kitchen a little bit because I washed most of the dishes last night, but there was still some extra things that I needed to wash. So I washed a couple dishes, wiped the counters down, vacuumed the floor, got a couple chores done just now. So now I'm kind of like, it's bringing my energy down because the walking pad broke down on me, but at the same time, I also just got a free gym membership. So today I went and signed up for my membership and walked on the treadmill at the gym for about a half an hour. Couldn't really do longer than that because my leg has been hurting for a couple of days, which is weird. Not really like my knee, but like the side of my leg. I don't know what's going on with that. Always something new with me here. But, yeah, so staying hydrated today, and I'm going to have some of my LMNT. I'm running really low, so I need to order some more. So I'm just using these sparingly on days that I'm doing really long fasts. But I need to order some more here, probably, already paid the bills for January, so I gotta wait till February to order. but we'll make it work. So I just do half a packet at a time anyways, so it lasts a while. Just because it's very strong. But love the LMNT brand. Yeah, so halfway into my 36-hour fast, and hopefully we make it through the evening to bedtime. Because then if we make it to bedtime, then for sure we're 36 hours positive. But we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Cheers. All right, we'll check back in later. Well, I am not quite to 24 hours yet. I'm just under, about 23 and a half. But it's time for some tea this evening because, yeah, I need something other than just water. So, feeling okay, just a little tired. My knees hurt a little bit. I have a slight headache off and on, like just real slight. Mostly I just feel kind of tired. So definitely kind of early-ish bed tonight, like normal time early. Probably go lay down like around 8:30, 9 o'clock, just because, you know, get to tomorrow faster. So it's looking pretty good for hitting the 36-hour mark. So we're gonna have some chamomile lavender tea right now. That is the vibe. Feeling okay, not feeling like I want to be super cranky or anything right now. So I just keep thinking, I get to eat tomorrow. I get to eat tomorrow. Get to eat tomorrow. Oh, I hear my water. So hopefully this will help. I just wanted to come and check in, say hi, let you know that I'm doing all right. First long fast of the year, so excited about that. Definitely have to go for a 3-dayer here pretty soon because I think he wants to do a 7-dayer very soon. So, but one day at a time right now. I'll be back in a bit or tomorrow. Good morning, friends. I made it. It's been 36 hours. Phew. It was not easy, but it was not crazy hard either. So I did have some times yesterday, afternoon, evening, where I was getting some hunger pains, but those kind of came and went like fairly quickly. So that was good. It wasn't enough to drive me insane. But I mean, when those hunger pains hit, like your first reaction is like, let's go to the kitchen and get some food. So it's really just a mental game of you just have to know, okay, well, I'm not eating today. I know my belly thinks it's hungry, but we're not going to eat. And we just kind of move forward. So a little bit of it is you kind of have to power through a little, especially when you're first practicing, because it can be a little hard. I have had worse ones though, where I was just like crazy insane, like crying and like, and I have powered through those too, but sometimes I think on those I just needed to probably just stop and just break my fast. And a couple of times I did. I just was like, forget it. I'm just breaking my fast because this is not worth the insanity. But, you know, first long fast of the year, so I'm super excited about that. And I feel so confident about it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and eat today, and then I'm going to try again tomorrow. So we're going to probably try another 36-hour fast and see how that goes. Maybe for a few rounds. I don't know. We'll see. But it felt really good to like build a little confidence. So I'm going to eat today. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and start my break fast. So I warmed up some chicken broth here, and I have some sauerkraut. And this is what I eat first. Usually I use homemade turkey bone broth, but I happen to just have a can of homemade chicken broth up here. So we're just going to use that today. But I do have sauerkraut, and I like to put that in the broth. I mean, it tastes really good just by itself too, but I just do like a couple big scoopfuls. And then I pour my broth over it and make it like a little cabbage soup situation. And that's kind of a nice way to start the breakfast with some good nutrition in the gut. You want to feed the gut. I didn't even taste that broth first to see if it was salted, but it's fine the way it is, however it's seasoned. Nothing tastes as good as the first thing you eat after a really long fast. So you don't want to go in with anything raw in your tummy. You want to make sure all your food is cooked. So next, I'm going to go in with some veggies. So I got my tray of veggies here. I'm going to put this in the oven. It's going to take about a half an hour to cook. And then we'll have the veggies. And I'll probably add my eggs and beans with this as well. But first, let's eat this. Okay, I'm gonna go put this in the oven. I'm gonna finish eating this. We'll come back when those veggies are ready. Okay, got all the veggies and the eggs and the beans and all that ready. I'm hungry. That sauerkraut and broth was just like a little warm up for the belly. So we got a little sriracha to go on top because sriracha is life. Ta-da-da-da. All right, so here's the plate, and this is how I break my fast. I always break it with the sauerkraut and the broth, and then I always have eggs and veggies. Sometimes I'll have turkey bacon. The beans is a new thing this year because we're upping our fiber intake. So that right there is gonna have about 15 grams of fiber. So, you know, right there, we're more than halfway to the goal. Oops. My eggs are flying. So on the eating days, we are focusing protein and fiber. And that's how we're doing it. So, meal number 1 for today. I'll probably eat at least one more at dinner time tonight, but since it's so early in the day, I'll probably have a small lunch. Not sure what that's gonna be yet. Maybe just some chicken and veg. I'm so proud of myself for finishing that first 36-hour fast. I'm gonna treat us to some steak with our salad tonight. So instead of chicken on our salad, we're getting big old fat steaks. If you have made it this far into my video and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do that right now because I want to see you around here again. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it and I love you so much. Bye! Breakfast time. Yeah, I'm so excited.